Alright, it has been a while since I've played on this world, and it's been a while since I've done Minecraft in general, so we're gonna go quickly over where we left off last time, and then get right back to, what we're gonna do next. So, last time we left off, we built this crappy house in this village, on a hill near this village. We found that there are 3 farmer positions in this village, and literally nothing else in terms of profession. However, I do quite like the village, and there's a ravine over there with lots of resources, and it's near a plains biome, which is rather nice. So what we're gonna do uh, with this episode is we're gonna go through. We're gonna try to fix up these farms and maybe start protecting the village a little bit from any ne'er do wells, zombies and any raids. You stuck? Just chilling. But yeah. So we've got to help these guys out here with their food for sure. So one of the first things we're gonna do is we're gonna make a hoe here, and we are going to improve these farms. We're gonna let them plant those. I'm gonna build a few walls here, and by a few I mean a lot. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start walling off this village, um, as much as we reasonably can. There's a lot of area to wall off here, so we will start. And one of the things we can do, instead of making a huge wall that goes all the way around everything, including my own house here, we can make several smaller walls that segment out the houses. So like, we can have my house up here on the hill linked in with this farm and this building, and then have those buildings all linked together and those ones all linked together. And then as we get better materials and time, we can, of course, expand where our walls go. So the idea is, as we wall it off, we start segmenting it out and putting torches down everywhere so that anything that tries to spawn inside can't. We can even place torches on top of there, for example. Give it a nice little decorative touch. So it seems like we might have locked out our golem here. Huh. Now that's rather interesting. Spawned on the outside of the house there. The goal here is to get as much stone as possible because we do actually want to get that stone wall up fairly soon. We do want to have some sort of defense in case of pillager raids, besides me running around with a sword, flailing about. Alright, I think that's enough cobblestone for now, and plenty of other resources too. A bunch of redstone, lapis, iron, and even some gold. No diamonds yet, that's to be expected. We could honestly probably put a wall around there, but it's not a big deal. We are going to go and build a bunch more walls. And another chest for all of my other resources like redstone, flint, lapis, coal. I don't have any dirt, so I'll worry about that later. We'll get as far around as we can reasonably, and then at least we'll have pinch points in which we know the enemy has to come if they want to get inside. So how do we want to block this off? I think we do want to go around this and this entrance here. Not sure how we want to incorporate this. Do you think we might just want to incorporate this building this as the wall of our complex? Continue our wall this way. We'll be fixing that, because I don't want it to just be floating. Not sure why it keeps pushing me out here. That is too close to the wall, apparently. Now, see, I can build my wall to include this road, but I don't think I will, because there's nothing out there village-wise. At least not yet. So I do think I'm gonna close off this farm and then, close off the wall that way. And then as we get more villagers and as we expand our village, then I might expand this wall to include this areas. But for now, I think it would be best, especially with my somewhat limited resources, to not include all that road and just try to meet up the rest of the wall this way. Again, with this one, how I'm building it across the river, I will fix that. This is just a temporary stopgap while I work on all the other aspects of the wall so that people don't, sneak up on me by, basically just swimming over the river. Zombies can still go underneath the water, and they very well still might. However, it does just prevent it just a little bit while still allowing fish and other things to get in there. Speaking of, one is dying, right? Go pick that up. Okay. So now our wall is mostly complete. I say mostly because there's still areas like here where the gates are open, or rather, there are no gates at all. And places like across the river back there, as well as across the swamp here, that aren't really ideal. The last aspect of this wall that is not complete yet is we do need to lay torches all over this inside area. You need to close off this area here. Did forget about that. Okay, now it is done, or rather, the section that I would like to complete for now. I have locked out this iron golem, so I will have to let him in eventually. And there are areas where it crosses the water there, and where it kind of is a little bit funky here, as well as the river here, as I mentioned before, that it's a little bit funky. There's also no gates as of yet to keep things out or let things in. So that is a bit problematic. However, I think it's a good start. The next step is to make it all lit up with torches to prevent anything from spawning in here. But I do feel good about the progress we made today so far, so I think I'm gonna call that it for today, and then we'll keep doing that for next time. The torches as well as fixing the areas in the river. Hello, sir. Would you like some bread? I don't have any for you. Sorry. Oh, hey. Get. Fine. Watch me eat my bread. That's not for you. Yep, there you go. Bye-bye.